Welcome, everyone. I hope you're as excited as I am. So tonight, in the Dao Calligraphy Healing Field in Vancouver, British Columbia, we have a very special guest, my dear friend. I've known her for 12 years. I think it's 12 years, maybe more. 2004, no, 18 years. I've known her for 18 years. So we kind of grew up together with Master Sha. So we traveled to China together. We took every training class together. And both of us also have other things in common. Both of us had very successful careers. Hers was in the film and movie industry, the entertainment industry, and mine was in business. And both of us came to a complete standstill. Both of us experienced severe challenges in our health. We both explored many different modalities and couldn't get results. And it was only when we met Master Sha. I met Master Sha in 2001, and our guest met Master Sha in 2004. That either one of us experienced any significant change in our conditions. And we've stayed. And we've continued to serve as not only as students, but now as master teachers. So our special guest is Cher O'Rourke. She is one of 20 Grand Masters that Master Sha has appointed for his organization. And she was the center leader for the center in Toronto. She is now one of the
Welcome everyone to
that are serving the Global Master Sha Center that is based in Toronto. She has spent the last 18 years, like myself, working with people who have chronic and challenging conditions. And she did something I didn't do, and that is she decided to become a Dao Song singer. And so we're going to talk with her tonight about that because I've known her. And you know, I asked her, yesterday we had an interview on Facebook. We had a conversation on Facebook. And I asked her, you know, what inspired you to become a Dao Song practitioner, because that's what we were doing at the time. And she shared so beautifully. She had seen what was happening to her clients with the Power Healer, which was the practitioner program that we both were participating in. It was the first practitioner program that Master Sha created. And she was so moved that when she experienced the power of Dao Song and the opening of her channel, the central channel, that was the moment that she decided she needed to learn how to bring out her soul song. So what we're going to do tonight is, and first let me tell you, our special guest is, of course, Cher O'Rourke. What we're going to do is we're going to start by sharing with you the first part of the conversation. So we're going to play that. That's available on the center's YouTube channel. So I'm asking the team to post the YouTube channel, not the video link, but the channel link in the chat so people can subscribe to the channel. And we're going to go ahead and watch the interview in its entirety. And then Cher will join us in about 25-30 minutes, and we'll continue the conversation with her. So please enjoy this interview. And I hope that you will be inspired, that you will be touched, and that it'll help you to make different choices about what you are doing for your own personal healing and how you can help others. I hope that that's what you take away from this interview.
Welcome everyone to the Dao, the art of song the art of sound healing, a Dao Song singer's journey. So I'm joined today by Cher O'Rourke, who is a grandmaster teacher and healer at the brand new Global Master Sha Center that is based in Toronto, Canada, in Ontario. She is also one of the lead teachers for the Dao Song Program. And she and I are going to do a very special workshop. And it comes really from both of our experiences and our deep desire to help as many people as possible to experience the kind of transformation that is possible in the Dao calligraphy healing field. And both of us, I have been studying with Master Sha for 21 years, and she's been studying with Master Sha for about 17 or 18 years. She joined in 2004. And both of us have our own healing journeys that we went through. We've kind of walked the path together as Master Sha introduced and offered incredible training programs that are still available now, and they are even, I would say, even better and bigger, and because they have been so well defined. These programs will enable us on April 16th to help you to release the pain and the suffering that you've been carrying for years. So when I look back on my journey, I was sick since I was a little girl. And in fact, I remember my mother would always telling me, you have to be very careful. You know, I guess in English, it would be the equivalent of saying you have a weak constitution, basically. And the wind will take you out if you're not careful. Because it didn't matter, because I had food allergies and it wasn't diagnosed. And so it was true. Anything, I was sick all the time. So with conditions like with things like food allergies, then conditions develop, and you carry them for however many years. And many people have conditions that they don't even consider chronic conditions, but they have their bottle of Tums or their bottle of, painkillers, aspirin, whatever, for their shoulder pain, knee pain. But in reality, these are chronic conditions. And that suffering that we carry that suffering into every aspect of our lives because it's with us. But what we want to do is we want to help you. We want to help you to release that. Today, though, we want to talk about our journey and what it is that we're going to, and how it is came about becoming Dao Song. I'm a Dao Song practitioner, master practitioner, and Cher is, of course, a certified Dao Song singer. So welcome, Cher. Thank you for joining us. It's wonderful to connect both coasts of Canada together, right? Thank you for being here. Start by sharing your background a little bit. Talk about, you also had a health challenge when you came. So what were you doing before that? Because your career, like mine, came to a complete standstill.
Yes, well, hello, Jimena, and hello, everybody. It's my honor and a joy to be here with all of you today. And as Jimena has said, we walked this journey together. I came to Master Sha, as was shared, in 2004. And prior to that, I had a career working in theater and film professionally for about 25 years. Though throughout my life, I had always been interested in healing. I studied different healing modalities throughout my life. I studied Buddhism. I always had a very keen interest, in spirituality and how we worked, as human beings, how we function on the soul, heart, mind, and body levels. I studied throughout my life. And then, I'd always sort of had this idea that I would work in that area in my life. But I just continued along in my film and theater career until one day I collapsed. Literally, my feet just went out from under me. And I was visiting my family in Northern Ontario. And my brother, was there, thank goodness. And he came and he helped me up. And he said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "I can't stand up." He put me on the sofa. And thus began my journey. And I was diagnosed with many different things: chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia. I had, like Jimena, allergies. Suddenly, there were many things I couldn't eat. And the chi, I would have to say that chi just left my body entirely. And I couldn't work. I had to stop working. I had to stop doing everything. I basically, got home, got into the bed, and my journey of transformation began. And I say it was a journey of transformation because I traveled through a whole healing process, transformation process, to come to the place where I am today. And it was through that sickness, that I met Master Sha. I became very desperate and wanted to get well, but nothing I tried would work. I would make a little bit of progress. I tried many alternative therapies, and I'm grateful for them, but I still couldn't get to that place of functioning, just day to day, regular stuff. And I remember so desperately praying one night and really saying out loud, "Please give my life purpose. If I'm going to remain like this, please just take me. Just take me now. Otherwise, give my life purpose. Help me to get well." And shortly after this, I had a vision. And the vision was of Master Sha. His face appeared in front of me. And I remember thinking, "Oh, thank you," because I could feel such compassion, such kindness, love. And I was so grateful. My heart opened, and I felt like in that moment, he and I had a heart connection. And after that moment passed, I had the thought, "Oh my gosh, where am I going to find him?" I could see he was Chinese, and I thought I was going to have to travel to China and find him. And I had no money at that point. I had nothing. Only to find out that the next workshop he was giving, because a friend had brought me a magazine, a health magazine, and I opened it, and there was Master Sha having a workshop in my city of Toronto the following week. So that's how my journey started, Jimena, to meeting Master Sha, and to healing completely my conditions.
So beautiful. I've known you. I've known you since, you said 2004, 2005, because you came to San Francisco to receive Divine Healing Hands. We used to do them at one of the hotels there. Master Sha, he was the one that was transmitting. It's so beautiful to hear. As I was listening to you, I was just remembering that 4 years ago, right? 4 years ago in 2017, in December of 2017, I remember I was in so much pain. My back, right? I had back pain was at 25 on a scale of 1 to 10, and I could barely move. I couldn't even move my face. Barely move it to the left a little bit. I could not move it to the right at all in the mornings. And I remember lying in bed, and it was the only time I cried. It's the only time the whole 4 years of this. Only time I just cried. I said, why? Why? What is the purpose of this level of suffering? And then this question came into my mind, and the question was, could I live this way? Could I live this way? Could I continue to live this way? And the answer was very clear. The answer was yes, because I had been given the power, I'd been given the ability to continue to serve, regardless of whether I could move or not move. Even if I couldn't move a finger, I could still be able to serve others, be able to help them with practices and with services. So that's why a program, like we'll talk about a little bit about this, the Dao Song Practitioner Program and the Dao Song Singer Program. Why these programs and the prerequisite Dao Hands Program, Dao Healing Hands Program, why they're so, like there are no words to explain them. You literally just have to experience them. So we'll give people a little bit of an experience of that today. So you became a divine, at the time was called Divine Healing Hands, a Divine Healing Hands practitioner in 2005. And so how soon after starting your studies with Master Sha, were you then able to go back to work? Because you started to do some working with clients individually. I don't think you ever went back. I don't think you ever went back to the film industry. And you were seeing clients. How long after meeting him, then you began using or I want to find out when you began using your Divine Healing Hands. So can you fill us in on that piece of the journey?
Sure. So I had started doing some counseling with people, some spiritual counseling, because I, as I mentioned, I had been studying and practicing Buddhism for a number of years. And when I met Master Sha, he did some very special blessings for me right away. He saw me, he said, yes, I can help you. And I remember, my heart opening and feeling so grateful, trusting him. And immediately, with the blessings he gave me on that day, I met him, I started to recover. I could feel just a deep peace inside of me, and I could feel energy coming back into my body. It was as though this space, which is what was actually happening, space was cleared and light, energy came back into my body. And I, started working, with people right away. And I didn't have my Divine Healing Hands at that point, but when I got them, I remember elevating my, counseling practice to a healing practice. And, clients would start to come, and the first thing they wanted to do, actually, there was so much less talk, much more, can I have a Divine Healing Hands blessing right away? And for me, for my own personal recovery, it took about 6 full months before my energy was back to normal and my function was back to normal. And then I was able to see more and more clients, and I developed my own practice, and I was using sound at that time because Master Sha had taught us, how to bring out soul language, how to bring out soul song. And I used to sing, my soul song when I would offer, my Divine Healing Hands blessings to others. And people loved that. It brought them, peace. It brought them relaxation. And their blockages, of course, were clearing, with each and every session I did for them. So it was kind of a gradual, progression, happening at the same time, my own healing process and helping others to heal also from, various conditions, depression, anxiety, back pain, all kinds of different things.
That's beautiful. What you just said, you said something right now that I've heard now because I've worked with people now. I've worked with different practitioners, starting actually in 2004 when Master Sha created the Divine Healing Hands program. And you said something, the exact same sentence that I've heard: less talk and more. They want, once clients experience something like now it's Dao Healing Hands program. Once they experience it, that's what they want. I work with someone who's a grief coach, and she said the first thing they say when they come in, can you make sure they don't want the talk? They want to make sure they have time. Some of them are tracing calligraphy, like you have a calligraphy behind you. There's one behind me. So they have a calligraphy. They have a card, many of her clients, and they want the Dao Healing Hands blessing. So she's doing less talking in the grief sessions, more of the Dao Healing Hands. So let's fast forward. So you're doing this service. You had a very active practice, and I want to say for people, you had a range of clients. I remember hearing some of the different kinds of challenges that people came to see you, that brought with them, when they came to see you. So it was a wide range of clients. It wasn't just people in the film industry, people who had stress. It was a variety of different things: physical, emotional, and spiritual. Yeah. So fast forward, Master Sha then creates the Dao Song Program. And you and I had a conversation where we were participating in these programs, and you and I had a conversation, and you briefly told me that the lead teacher at that time, you had a conversation with her where you said to her that you wanted to be able to sing with her on stage. I had known you at that point probably 5 or 6 years. I didn't know that you wanted to sing. So what inspired that in you? What brought up, what was the spark? What was it that got sparked inside of you, right? Because you don't wake up from one day to the next and go, I'm going to be a Dao Song singer. That's it. That's what I'm going to do. So something got opened. What was that? Share it with us.
Well, I think two things got opened. And, I always enjoyed singing, but I was not a singer. And I was shy to sing, around people. But aside from that, I would say two things opened. And one was my heart, and the other was my channel. The central channel that, as part of bringing out one's Dao song, needs to be open for that song to really resonate, far and wide, and for really having people experience, the source light that comes when offering, a Dao song blessing. The more open your channel is, the deeper I would say you are connected to the sound. And I would say I was always sensitive to sounds. And so when Master Sha, began singing his own, Dao song, I could feel the vibration inside of me, and I could see, with my spiritual eye, I could see the light that, radiated from him and from the sound vibration. So once I started to open my channel, and I could feel that was clearing space within the body, clearing space within my mind, clearing, the emotional body, and so on, I felt I really want to do that. And when you see some of those, special singers, opera singers, other singers, who really shine, in their song, we can all feel that. We can all feel the sound of it. There's something within the song itself that touches us deeply. And Dao Song goes far beyond that, because you're making a connection directly with Dao Source, and it's bringing you act as a channel, for that. Dao Song mantras do that. They connect us directly with Source, and so we become channels for that. And so the opening of the channel, the feeling of it, the healing, that I received from it really brought me to a place of, I want to be able to do that, for others, because I can feel it and I know how powerful it is, and I want others to experience it as well. You're muted, Jimena.
Thank you. So before we close, because this is just an introduction, I want the people who follow us on Facebook, follow the center, and our own clients to get to know you a little bit. So before we close, share with me one or two experiences. Like, I've used my Dao Song. I have a client years and years and years ago, because I used to travel to different places in the U.S. And this client said to me, it was more than insomnia. There was a bigger issue that caused this person not to be able to sleep. And the person said to me, is there anything you can do? And I said, well, we could record my soul song. And I did that, never thinking about it again, right? I met the person probably maybe 6 years later. And the person said to me, the only way I've been able to sleep for the last 6 years, I play the recording. Because it's exactly what you said. Listening, the body could relax completely, let go. The nervous system doesn't let the person sleep. The emotions are, of course, agitated. But the Dao Song, as Master Sha says, the Dao Song spreads the Dao field into every cell, space in the body. Was able to sleep. So share with us one or two stories of what, because it's very touching when you hear something like this, right? When someone says to you, this is what occurred for me because you recorded your Dao Song. It's very touching. Share with me one or two of those experiences that you've had, because your song is absolutely beautiful. So I'm sure you're getting feedback. Share.
Yes, thank you. That I love to hear that, about someone being able to sleep. And I'll share a similar story about that. This was some years ago now, but I was working with a woman who had stage 4 ovarian cancer, and she was in so much pain, and medications were really not touching the pain. And so she wasn't sleeping. And I would call her or she would call me. She would message me in those very desperate moments, and I would call her. And she said to me, the only thing that relieved her pain and allowed her to sleep was my Dao Song. And so I would sing to her until she fell asleep, and then I would just hang up the phone, because she had the phone there and was listening. And so that was early on, when I first received or became a Dao Song practitioner. And subsequently, there have been just so many stories. I remember another one where a client of mine had come in, and she was basically walking like this. Her whole body was stiff. She was in so much pain. She'd thrown her back out. She couldn't move. And she'd just come from the chiropractor, and she said, nothing's changed. It didn't help. And I said, I'm so sorry, and got her to lay down and did a longer session, but sang the Dao Song, activated my, Dao healing hands. And after about 20 minutes, she got up and she moved, and everything had just relaxed, released. So she was on her way to recovery, not fully recovered, but now being able to walk and move and relax her shoulders, her arms, her legs, and virtually pain-free. So these are two of many, many, many stories over the years.
It's really touching, right? Like my heart is like, whoa, because I know what it's like to see somebody suffer and then to be able to help them, to be able to really, when nothing else has worked, to be able to help them. There's no other feeling like that in the world. So once again, this is Cher O'Rourke. As I mentioned at the beginning of the program, she is Grandmaster, teacher, and healer. She is the center leader, was the center leader for the Toronto Center. Now the Toronto Center is the global center for Master Sha, and it has a whole team of grandmasters that are serving there. And she is one of the co-leaders of the Dao Song Program, that is certification program available through Dao Academy. Cher and I will be offering a very special workshop. She and I talked, and then put it together. Both of us have worked primarily with people who have chronic and challenging conditions, and both of us have seen how people can sometimes be holding on to the pain. They don't know they're holding on, but they don't know how to release it either. So on Saturday, April 16th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific time, so that's 2 to 9 Eastern time, we will be leading a workshop with a continuation of it on the 21st in the evening. And our goal is to create for you a day of such deep nourishment and nurturing, and guide you through practice, guide you through space, creating the space for you in which to release that pain that you've been holding on to, the suffering. People with chronic conditions, after a while, they don't even talk about them because nobody can help them. But we know. Cher and I have experienced ourselves, and we've helped so many people at this point. So we want to help you. If you or your loved ones, anyone who has a chronic condition, they tennis elbow, they've got something with the knee. Sometimes people, they wake up with headaches. They're like, oh, I have to have my coffee. That's probably a temporary solution. I would say on the 16th, we can give you a deeper solution. Join us on the 16th, and we will support you in taking your journey of healing and transformation to a higher level, right? Leveling up your healing and transformation so you can truly live a life that is healthier and happier. So I'm going to start with Sarah. What did you get out of that conversation, Sarah?
What I was getting from that was, there was a few things, but one of them was, if you want to really learn how to transform something, then you need to go to people who have had that experience. Not just someone that's teaching from theory, but someone who's actually lived through the kind of thing that you are living through, so you feel confident in their guidance. And I just thought, wow, there's no two better people here that, could be offering this weekend workshop, because your journeys are amazing. And I was, really touched myself to hear the stories of people who have been helped through Dao Song. And also, the beauty of Cher's meeting with Master Sha, and how the Tao makes sure that everything unfolds just as it's supposed to for us, and even provides the face of the teacher that will help you, and how important it is to listen to those messages that we receive, because how would have Cher's life unfolded had she not taken heed of that. So I just thought this is an amazing, on so many different levels. This was an amazing sharing of stories. With you, Jimena, as well, since childhood, going through all of that pain. So about perseverance, about recognizing when the universe is giving you a nudge to do something, and about being the right teacher for the right student. So I really enjoyed it. Thank you so very much.
Beautiful, Sarah. Thank you so much. So please forgive me. So that was Sarah Baker. She is a certified master teacher healer here at the center in Vancouver. She is also a certified, you're certified, right? Just nod yes. Certified Dao Song singer. So if you missed her last Saturday, register because the replay is still on. It was powerful. I know Sarah. I've never seen Sarah that way. So you definitely need to go back, watch that video. It was very, very powerful. So Monique, what did you get from the video?
Thank you for allowing me, and welcome, Cher, to our center. It's so nice to have you both. What touched me so much is that when Cher said, you asked the question, Jimena, what was the spark and what actually happened? And Cher said, my heart opened, and when she said that, I felt it. I felt the heart like, wow. And then she said, the channels open. And my body is still vibrating because a Dao song carries the ultimate love. Like a mother that really wants the child to stop crying. And I felt that incredible love. Because you both have lived pain. And when you talk about your story and the relief that you experience, is like that soothing nourishment of the Dao song. It was so beautiful to hear you both. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Monique. So let me read a few comments, yeah? And please continue to post. What did you get from listening to the video, yeah? Because that video is available on YouTube, and please share it. Share it on social media so other people can see and hear who we are and, why it is that we do some of the things that we do. So let's see, Lydia said, inspired by the joy of serving others to be happier and healthier, happier and happier. Nuri said, definitely inspiring. Lydia, also the power of Dao hands and Dao song can really transform blockages. I want to share something. I'm going to share it also this weekend. The only way you're going to find out what power you have is by using it. And you need to use it until you run out of people. But there's 7.7 billion people in the world. So it's really unlikely that you're going to run out of people. But what you will gain is conviction. You will gain certainty. Lydia's comment, I know what she means, but I hear what's underneath it. And what's underneath it is, I only have Dao hands. You have Dao hands. You have the Tao, the ultimate source, hands that you can offer someone a blessing with. But until you use it, you don't know what you have. I don't know why, but I was thinking back earlier this afternoon. When Cher and I were training with Master Sha in those early years, we never questioned. We never thought. If Master Sha asks you to do something, you didn't think, well, I don't know. I'm not really inspired. I don't really know who to talk to. We just did it. You know what I was thinking? Oh my gosh, I use my power healer treasure. I remember being at the bank I had a friend I was having dinner with underneath the tablecloth. Power healing, power healing, power healing, power healing. Ijo, Ijo. I used the sacred mantras, for the numbers. I was at a picnic. I was at I was at a barbecue at someone's house. There was a barbecue birthday party. They had big, big black and blue. The thumb was like all swollen. And I was using whatever the numbers were. Cher E, I think, or I don't even remember what it was, but whatever the numbers were to bring the energy from the extremities into the lower abdomen. I used them everywhere. It never occurred to me not to do what I was being asked to do. And I think Cher will probably say the same thing. And what we ended up with is conviction that not only did we heal, which already was a miracle in and of itself, but we were able to help others. So thank you for those of you that have posted. Let me see. Gavin, so inspiring, second time watching it, and ready for the third. Oh, well, you're ready for part 2 now. We're ready for part 2. So Andrea, Andrea, both of your experiences are so touching, incredible. I've only known special cases like that for a faith healer here in my place who's been dead a couple of years. No, you just need to get Dao hands, and you can do this. You just need to get Dao hands. And then when you get your Dao Song, oh my goodness, you have everything you need. So let me welcome Cher. Thank you for joining us. Again, she is a Grand Master Teacher at Master Sha's Global Center based in Toronto. She is one of the co-leaders of the Dao Song Training Program. It's a certification program through Dao Academy. And she's a longtime friend. I've known her for 18 years. We grew up together in Master Sha's organization. Welcome, Cher, and let me ask the question. So in the video, you said your heart opened, you wanted to bring out your soul song. Okay, so I did the same thing. I didn't go to certified Dao Song singer. So what made you decide to do that? And what did it take for you to accomplish that? Because you were not a singer. You said that on the video. It's not like you had been singing your whole life. I mean, yeah, we sang with the radio, but you're not a natural singer, natural born singer. So but your soul song is beautiful. We're going to give people a taste of that tonight. So what inspired you to get certified as a Dao Song singer? And then what did it take? What did it take? Welcome.
Jimena, thank you so much. And hello, everybody. It's such a pleasure to be back here again and to see everyone, in the live stream and your sharing. I'm so happy to be connected with the Vancouver Center again. It's been a while since I've been out to Vancouver, but the center has always held a special place in my heart. We are 2 centers in Canada, and we're sister centers. And Jimena and I are sisters, and I'm sisters with all the beautiful master teachers I see here in front of me. So, I think what happened, Jimena, for me around really connecting deeply with my Dao song, with my soul song, was in those moments, when I was feeling like my life was over. And unless, I was going to find somebody who was going to help me, that was it for me. I really did feel lost. And somehow the whole experience of course, finding Master Sha, seeing him in the vision, meeting him, having him offer me blessings, giving me all the tools and practice treasures that I needed to recover, something switched inside of me. And that something gave me courage, gave me a kind of courage that I had not had before. And I'd accomplished things in my life. It wasn't that I hadn't, but it was a new kind of courage and determination that I had so much life to live in this one lifetime. And I was just going to take in everything that Master Sha had to offer me. And if he told me that I could be a Dao Song singer, then I was going to be a Dao Song singer. And, his blessing, had proven to be so effective for me that I believed I could become a Dao Song singer. And so the courage, that had been, and the fire that had been lit inside of me, then his blessing, his pronouncement, you can do this, you can be this. And I was like, well, he said I can, so I can. So, I went about doing it and really didn't think about it too much, to be honest with you. I just committed to the practice and to the teachings, and it happened. And that can, be true for all of us.
On you 18 years, this is the first time we've actually had this conversation. And I want to say how much I honor you, because I noticed over the years that that's exactly what you did. As Master Sha would say, okay, now we're going to do this. Okay, no, we're going to China. Okay, we're going to China. So we didn't, I was like, I've never been there, don't know what to expect, but he's asking us to go to China, we're going to China. So we, all did whatever it was that we needed to do to get there and back. And then we did all of the different training programs, the herbs, the songs, the dance. Do you remember coming back from China? Every night we had to do 1 hour of Dao dance. And I watched you do this consistently, because many of us, we come back, we're like really excited, we do it, and then, like myself, I do it and then let it go. Something comes up and I let it go. But I have admired this in you. Your consistency in doing whatever it is that Master Sha asked until you accomplish it. So what did it take to become a certified Dao Song singer?
Yes, well, practice, practice, practice. And that level of commitment, I can't say that honestly that I am, a really disciplined person. But when there's something that I love, when there's something that I connect to, I do put the effort into it. I've learned that in order to be good at something, you have to put the time and the effort into it. But the thing, and I said this earlier, the thing that Master Sha did for me that allowed me to commit to, daily practice, and daily commitment was he opened my heart in a way that my heart had never been opened before, and I love people, people love me, I've always felt that I had somewhat, open, somewhat of an open heart. But I realized just how much it was not open until Master Sha, helped to open it for me and helped me to develop that, the compassion and compassion, of course, for others, but also compassion for myself, so that I could forgive my flaws, my failures, not being successful at things, trying things again and again and again, but knowing that if I put the effort in, if I put the time in, and knowing that if I did, that somehow it was going to be of service, that it was well worth it. And that I really couldn't fail. And that was the other part, I realized that there was no failing. There was just trying things, and sometimes mistakes were made and sometimes successes were made. And I found a new kind of acceptance of myself also that I had not had before. And so it took practice, it took training, it took, a certain level of commitment. And really knowing that, developing that part of myself was also healing. And it was going to help others to heal as well eventually. And all of that just allowed me to take the time, spend the time with it. So consistency, consistency, commitment.
So I admire that. I still say, I admire that, because so many people, we've seen so many people come in the 18 years you've been here, 21 years I've been on this journey, on this path. Many people have come and have left. So Cher, let's talk a little bit about the workshop. And I know we only have a few minutes left with you, so I want to talk a little bit about this workshop. You and I work with people who have chronic conditions. And one of the conversations you and I had is that usually when somebody comes and they have, for instance, a diagnosis of cancer, they get a diagnosis of having clogged arteries. That is the crisis. Once they get past the crisis, then the real work needs to take place, because then what's underneath, what caused the clogged arteries to manifest, what caused the cancer to manifest, needs to be transformed. And some people step in, they lean in, right? There's people, Cheryl, I can't think of her name, the woman who was a CEO for Facebook. You lean into it. Some people lean into it, and some people jump out. Yeah. And the conversation you and I had went on to many people have been holding on. They've been holding on to pain for so long. Talk a little bit about that. Talk a little bit about your experience working with people, helping them to release that, and just a little bit about what we're going to do next Saturday. Because we have next Wednesday, you're going to be back. And next Wednesday, we have you for the whole hour. And so we'll have a lot more time. But just give people a hint of what it is that you've seen, you've witnessed, and a little bit maybe of what they might experience next Saturday. And then next Wednesday, we'll go much deeper into what they can experience on the following Saturday. Please.
Sure. One of the things that I've observed in myself, I've observed in others who have chronic pain or chronic conditions, and that is that there's a real underlying fear present. I didn't realize how much fear I had until I started to let go of it, until I started to release it. And I was able to do that because I felt safe enough to do it. I'd been hanging on to it for a very long time. It was creating sickness in my body. It was creating physical, mental, emotional, spiritual sickness in my body, in my mind, in my heart. And I really needed someone. I needed an environment. I needed a place that I could feel comfortable in, and people I could trust, that I felt, really had my best interests at heart. And once that happened and I began to release and let go of the underlying fear, it really set in motion a healing process for me. And because, Jimena and I have been through what we have been through personally, we understand what it takes in order for someone to feel comfortable enough, someone to feel safe enough to begin to let go of the pain and of the suffering, because we can become attached to it like we do everything else. And we become used to a certain, level of functioning in life. And we figure, I can do it. I'm hanging on. I don't feel good, but I'm doing okay. And I'm just going to keep going that way because it's working, and at the same time, we realize it's not working. I'm unhappy. I'm hurting. I know it can change. I know, so we want to provide you with that environment. We want to provide you with the tools, with the things that we have learned, share, what we have learned, and give you that love and the support, the compassion that is needed, the understanding, the space, in which you can begin to reveal and unfold what is underlying the chronic illness. Because there are many factors involved. It's not just one physical thing, that's going to happen, that's going to, heal you completely. It's not just one emotional thing or one thought, that you're going to let go of, but rather a combination of things that need to be addressed and that need to be looked at, that need to be brought to the surface in order for the deepest healing to occur. And it's really the beginning, of that healing journey. I mean, ultimately, it took me 6 months to get well, and I was so grateful for that. It may sound like a long time for some, but it's a short time when you have chronic sickness. So we need to be patient and loving with ourselves, and have others do the same, and listen to us. So those are the few things that I would share, Jimena.
Thank you, Cher. So very, very beautiful, very touching. And one of the things that you just mentioned that I notice with clients a lot, it's also true for myself, although I've made huge strides, is the being able to forgive ourselves. You said, I had to learn to forgive myself. And acceptance of ourselves. Because Master Sha is not asking us to be perfect, but he is asking us to put forth perfect effort. That's all he's asking, is that you give it your best, not your 30%, because 30% isn't going to heal a chronic condition. But if you give your best, you know it. If you really give your best, you know it. You feel it, and what you will find is that you will find your true self. Because you're only seeing this much. But through this journey, this kind of journey that Cher and I are talking about, you get to see a bigger self. And if you keep going, you will see the bigness of who you really are. Who you truly are in your core and in your essence. And you will discover that it isn't your pain. You are not your pain. You are not your sickness. You are an amazing human being. And that's what we want to help you to discover. And the Dao calligraphy healing field is the perfect place to do this, because it is the purest, most positive field of source. Source is the ultimate creator. The energy, the frequency, whatever you want to call it, that created you is here in this field. And it can heal you deeply if you let it, if you open your heart, and if you let it, if you've let that love in. So Cher recognized Master Sha, recognized who he was, opened her heart. He in turn opened his heart to her. A huge healing happened for her. Now Master Sha has made it possible for us through the Tao Calligraphy Healing Field to experience that pure love of the Source. So join us. Join us next Wednesday. We will be back for a full hour with Cher. She needs to leave us now. But I want to thank her, and I want all of you to think about one thing. What both of us know is that people who have chronic conditions, they stop talking about them because nobody can help you. So there's no sense in talking about it. 1 out of 6 people in the US and 1 out of almost 2 people in Canada have a chronic condition. That means you know somebody, and you probably know many somebodies who have chronic conditions. We would love to be able to have them join us next Wednesday to hear about what we're going to do on April 16th. And it is my deepest desire that they hear in my story and that they hear in Cher's story the truth of what we're saying. And that they feel safe enough to join us and to start their healing journey on April 16th through the art of sound healing. A journey of wellness, a journey to truly living a happier and healthier life. So Cher, anything you'd like to say before you say goodbye to us?
Well, first of all, thank you so much, Jimena, and everybody, for allowing me to share this evening. And finally, it takes a village. It takes that loving community to really give us the love, the support, everything that we need to really make the change that we want to see in our lives. And what a beautiful community we have here at the Vancouver Center. So I'm really, really looking forward to this event. I would love to see you there. We would love to be able to support you, your loved ones, those who you know could really benefit from the wisdom, from the knowledge, from being in the Tao Calligraphy Healing Field, and from having a supportive, loving, and compassionate community to heal with. So I look forward to next week, next Wednesday, and to next Saturday, everybody. Hope you'll join us then.
Thank you, Cher. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you for joining us. And I want to say that Saturday will be a day of space, practice, song. It's a time for us to create the space for you. So we are not, our agenda, our agenda item is to create the space for you, to allow you to find the rhythm that enables you to let go, because letting go happens in stages and in phases. In this field, the Tao Calligraphy Healing Field, you let go, which means you open your heart. And I can tell you from personal experience, the transformation is profound. It would have taken me millions of lifetimes to heal something that I healed last year. But by being in the field, by tracing, by doing the practices, it literally took a few days. So I know what we're going to do. I had wanted to ask Cher to offer her soul song, but we have our very own Dao Song singer. So that's what we're going to do. So Sarah, you Warm up your vocal cords. Okay, I'm going to ask everybody on our chat, in the live stream chat, please post, what condition would you like to transform? What condition are you actively working to transform? Post in the chat. And let me ask Sarah a few questions. Warm up her vocal cords while everybody posts, because I will choose somebody and we'll do a demo. So, how long have you been singing? Tell me. I know your mother was a singer, so you grew up singing.
Yeah, I won first prize in the Kiwanis Festival when I was 4 years old.
Oh, wow.
So a long time. I'm not going to tell you exactly how long, but a very long time.
But what did you sing? Do you remember?
I sang a song about the colors of the rainbow.
Beautiful. So, are you trained as a singer? Were you
Yes,
trained
I'm
as
trained
a singer?
as a singer. Yes. Yes, I took classical lessons for a number of years. Later on in life, but grew up in a household, of course, where singing was professional singing was being done every day, and so my mother taught us from as small as I can remember how to breathe, how to do the type of breathing that Master Sha teaches us, right down to the lower abdomen, and to sing from the first soul house. All of that was part of my growing up. Yes.
Okay, beautiful. So I'm asking people to post in the chat one more time, and then we'll use guidance to choose someone. So Sarah, how long have you been in the training program, the Dao Song Singer Training Program? How long ago did you get certified as a Dao Song singer, and then how long have you been in the program? You're a practitioner.
I am a Dao Song master practitioner, not a singer yet. That's my next step.
Okay.
And I was certified in 2020 as a master practitioner, Dao Song master practitioner.
Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. So let me choose somebody here from the people that have posted. So let's go Shirley. Shirley L. Fear. So Shirley, Sarah's going to guide you, and then she's going to offer you just a 3 or 4 minute Dao Song blessing for the emotional imbalance of fear. So go ahead, Sarah, guide her. What do you want her to do? How do you want her?
Thank you very much. Thank you, Jimena, for the opportunity to serve in this way. Just such a joy. So Shirley, and everyone, please just relax, fully relax, and close your eyes. You'll receive the frequency and vibration of the sound, and Shirley will receive the blessing at the deeper level of the Dao Song Master Practitioner level. So just silently make your request, Shirley, fully relax, open your heart to receive. Hey ya yo ya yo ya yo ya yo. Hey ya yo ya yo. Hey ya yo ya yo. He Hey yo, ya yo, ya yo. Hey, yo, ya, yo, ya, yo. Yo, ya, ya, yo. Hey, hey, yo, ya, yo. Ye, ya, yo. How. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So everybody, you stay in the condition. Surely you stay in the condition. Continue to receive. So let me do a flow for you about the Dao Song blessing for transforming something like fear, which is, we're born with fear. You know, we come into this world with fear, but our lives can heighten that fear. Yeah. Okay. How? This is a message from the field, the Tao Calligraphy Healing Field. How? Beloved Shirley, this blessing has brought to you great healing and transformation of fear, panic held in your back. The entire right side of your back has been transformed. The waves of the sound are continuing to loosen what was almost a solid mass of negative information, energy, and matter. This loosening and letting go and releasing of the fear held in your back will enable you to have greater balance in your body, greater balance left to right, upper body, lower body. It will also create balance in your 5 elements and balance of your emotions. It is important for you to allow this powerful Dao Song blessing to continue the transformation to the source, information, energy, and matter. When you feel tightening anywhere, tightening of your jaw, tightening of your back, tightening in your neck, remember first to be grateful, second to offer forgiveness, and third to open your heart and allow the love of the source to continue to flow through, to continue to open the pathways, to continue to release and let go, not only of the fear, not only of the panic, but also of the shame that has been binding you, what is the word? Trapping you. Allow yourself to let it go, to know that this is meant to be, that the Source has chosen you today to be the example, so that you can experience the profound love, the forgiveness and compassion, and in so doing, to be able to bring greater love and compassion to others. You have been greatly blessed on this day. You are loved and you are blessed. How? How? Thank you, thank you, thank you. So surely, I invite you to post. What was your experience of this powerful blessing offered by Sarah? So I invite Monique to briefly share what you saw as we wait for Shirley to post. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Sarah, for this beautiful Dao song blessing. So what I saw in the beginning was for Shirley, there was a gathering of many, many souls, many, many beings, live beings, and they were using large peacock feathers to brush a whole being, like, and it was a cleansing of the field around Shirley, so Shirley's field can be more open to receiving the vibration through every pore of the being, from head to toe. Like the whole being was being cleansed of blockages around the field to receive more deeply inside the vibrations. And then the vibrations of the song came into the body deep, 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 deep. And I saw, like, from the base to the top, an opening of the channel, and also the clearing of fear left an imprint, a new imprint with the song of deep calmness, deep, deep, deep calmness. And that calmness will allow Shirley to go deeper within herself, to really connect with her true self in alignment with the source of love. And so I saw the beautiful love from all the beings around penetrating deep inside her heart. And that will allow her to also find her voice, her own singing voice, as it clears the fear and it clears the channel and open her heart to love. Thank you so much, Jimena, for allowing me to share.
Beautiful. Yeah. I also got the same message about her finding her voice as well. So Shirley, go ahead and post in the chat, what you experienced with that blessing. So if anybody is able to connect with her, who has can text her and let her know that we're looking to hear from her. Okay, so wow, it's been a series of events that eventually led to this healing. Felt my channel opening up throughout with such a coolness. Felt this tightness for the first time in my right chest on the, there must be a second post, huh? Okay, so we'll wait for her to continue. So I invite everybody else. What did you experience? What did you experience? You weren't receiving the blessing directly, but you're in the field where Sarah is singing, and that frequency and that vibration is touching you. Can you share what you experienced? Yeah? Can you put it in the chat, everyone? What did you feel? Monique, what did you feel?
Wow, I was really transported by the depth of the song, and I was fascinated. I was going down and up, and I was going. Whenever Sarah go down, I felt the opening in my lower abdomen, and when she was reaching the higher notes, wow, it was like such vibrations. And I asked myself, what is the message for me? And I got a message which was absolutely beautiful, is also to use my voice and to really align with the source when I use my voice, because I tend to have like irritations in my throat, and I know that if I were to really truly use the teachings of the Tao to really connect with my first soul house, that's the message I got, and I experienced the more deeper connection with my first soul house. So thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Jimena, for asking.
Yeah. So I imagine that many people felt a sense of peace that was coming through the Dao Song, and also what it felt like to me, although I was mostly focused on Shirley. It felt like literally, when the fog rolls into San Francisco, it comes in like these big blankets that just sort of come across entire neighborhoods one at a time. The waves of sound felt the same. It felt as if the sound was coming and just surrounding all of us. Even though this was directed to Shirley, it created a field. The sound created a field for all of us. So I invite all of you to check. How do you feel? What did you feel as Sarah was singing? Did she transport you somewhere else? Did her song take you out of the present moment, out of this physical body? And did it take you into some of the higher realms? Did your body let go and release of emotions that you may have been holding? Because several people posted that they had issues with fear or other emotions. What happened for you? What happened for you during this, during Sarah's soul song? So I invite all of you to join us on the 16th. It's actually all day on the 16th that we will be, that Cher and I will be leading the Art of Sound Healing from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then there will be a follow-up class on the 21st, which is a Thursday, from 6 to 8:30. Join us. Join us and really experience the field, the love that's in the field. You know, I received a note, I received a text message from somebody who joins us almost every Wednesday. And one of the things this person said to me is, to read this so I don't. So the person said that they are, I just give you the essence of it, because I've got it in front of me. This person said they can feel the love of the source. That within the hour and a half that we're together every Wednesday, there comes a moment when they can feel the love. And it is so touching and so moving to them to really be able to feel that kind of love. And that's what's waiting for you on the 16th, is the field. And then Cher and I are here to facilitate that connection, to make it possible for you to connect with the field so deeply that you can feel the love and you can let go. Let go of the pain and suffering. No, Master Shai, I love this saying. He says, drop the knife, become a Buddha. The past is past. You don't need to hold on to anything. It already happened. Why are you holding on to it? Let it go, let it go, let it go. Fangsha, fangsha, fangsha. Let it go. On the 16th, join us. Let it go. Let go of the pain, let go of the suffering. Let go of everything that keeps you in this state of dis-ease, and step into, wouldn't you want to be living the way Cher is living? With that sense of certainty and that courage? That's what's waiting for you. Join us. Join us on the 16th. I also want to invite you to join us every Monday through Friday in the Tao Calligraphy Healing Field from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. I lead you through practices. We are currently doing the latest practices that Master Sha has released to the center leaders to help you to transform the body, transform the heart, and to build a very strong foundation. Because we can let go, but we still have to transform our physical body. You know, we still have to have strength in the body. We still have to open the heart. And that comes with repetition. That comes with repetition. It comes with being in the field over and over and over. So I invite you. We just started the month. You have access to the recording, so you can do a second practice for yourself every day. And join us. Be part of a loving community that is committed to living happier and healthier life. I thank you all, and I ask the team to please post the link for the 16th with Cher, and to post the link for the practice. I'm also going to post my phone number here for everyone. So if ever you find yourself in a situation where you're just in a lot of pain, then you text me. Just connecting. And I will know that you need some love and support from the divine, the Tao, and the source, and I'll send you blessings. Share what you got out of today. What did you experience tonight? And what aha moments did you have? And will you join us? Post in the chat. Who's joining us on the 16th? Can you do that? Can you post? I'm joining, I'm joining, I'm joining, I'm joining. Can you post in the chat? That would be great. Okay. So with that, we're going to leave the chat up for a little bit, so you can post in the chat. I'm joining, I'm joining, I'm joining. And I thank you for joining Cher and myself. Thank you, Sarah, for that beautiful soul song. And thank you, Shirley, for letting us know the many things that have been transforming for you. And we expect and hope that the blessing that you received today will continue your healing journey. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. See you next Wednesday. See you the 16th. Bye-bye.